Here I am in Portugal. Monchique my ass.
Anyway, you know what they say, if you can't beat them...
Wait, have they got horns?
I've made the decision, I'm getting out of Spain as quickly as possible because today here it's 36 degrees and everything stops, everything shuts. It's too hot, sunny for me to be walking around exploring the cities and stuff like that, because obviously in the cities it's even hotter because it's all cement, concrete and tarmac. Normally I don't want to drive any more than like an hour and a half in a day, but I'm going to do like a 4.5 hour stint now. Well, it's not actually, it's 3.5 hour stint now to get just before the border. Hang on, I'll tell you in a minute. This is nice. See, they are lovely, these little Spanish places. I do want to explore Spain. I'm loving Spain. It's just such a pleasure to drive through, and every little place you go through that's not on the tourist map even is just outstandingly beautiful. It's definitely something I'm going to have to do in the winter time when it's not as hot as it is now. So we're heading hell for leather to get out of this heat to Portugal, but hopefully it's going to be a little bit cooler thanks to the Atlantic Ocean.
Driving down the road today, feeling free in every way. Spain's heat is too much to take. Time to find that coastal break.
That's Portugal over there. And at last it's cooler. Oh.
So good morning folks, it's a very different day to yesterday, which was a bit of a nightmare actually. It was so hot, all my electrical stuff wasn't working, my sat-nav stopped working, well it was playing up. Sod's Law are always at the crucial moment where a junction was coming up, and I did end up going the wrong way a few times, which is frustrating. I got here at 11 PM, did a lot of driving yesterday. So at the moment behind me is Spain, and as I turn round, behind me there is Portugal, and you might be able to see the bridge I'm about to cross in the distance. But first of all, I've done a little bit of research and fuel's quite a bit cheaper here, so I've got half a tank. I'm going to go fill up first before we cross the bridge and then let Portugal begin. It's going to be a bit of a rainy day today, which I'm really grateful for, to be honest with you. Can you believe it? Another thing, I drove through an area last night, well, for about an hour actually, and at first I thought it was raining. It wasn't raining, it was bugs hitting the windscreen. Unbelievable. No, I'm just trying to sop it all off now. I've never seen anything like it. This is it. Goodbye Spain, hello Portugal. Foreigners, 150 metres off to the right. I'm not sure what I paid for there, because I've got a toll blipper thing. Probably should have just gone straight on and not done that. I don't know. Anyway, I've done it. I was in my early 20s when I was in the Algarve. The place where I used to be was called Praia da Rocha, and there was just this one little road that went along the front with single-story buildings on the side opposite the beach side. They said we'll never build on the beach side, and behind all that was just fields as far as the eye could see. Now they've built on the beach side, there's multi-story stuff on the other side, so you wouldn't know where you were, whereas before it was all open and beautiful. And there's no fields to be seen anywhere, none. I mean, I just didn't recognise the place when I went back a few years ago. I love how they have loads and loads of cafes and restaurants along these roads.
Pela estrada eu vou, destino incerto, com a van e a moto, o coração aberto. No meio da vida busco um sentido, o campo e a serra, tudo faz sentido. Vinhedos dourados, aldeia sem tempo, só eu e estrada, vento como alento. Nas curvas e vales eu me reencontro, cada pedacinho é um novo conto.
Wait, have they got horns? So I must remember to keep right. Yeah, so that park up is absolutely fantastic. It's I was struggling a little bit, and I figured out why by doing some internet research. And the big problem is when you're looking on these park for night type sites, you'll see that there's a ton of messages from people saying how they've been moved on by the police early in the morning, middle of the night, fined. When you look into it, the problem is, it's not that they're being difficult, the police, it's that there is a swathes of Portugal and Europe actually that are national park protected areas, and quite simply you can park anywhere you like, more or less, for an overnight stay, but not in the reserves national park. It's National Park 2000, I think it's called. It's quite simple now. I know where I can't be and where I can be, so I don't feel quite as unwelcome as I was feeling. I think probably because I was reading all those reviews from people saying how they've been moved on by the GNR, which is the police force here, and fined. So folks, if you come to Portugal in a camper van, look up the Euro 2000 national parks. There's a map on there, very easy to find and see where you're not allowed to park. Look at this, this is lovely. So where I stayed last night is just on the edge, just outside of this national park. So basically I went into the cafe and had a chat with them there in my terrible Spanish Portuguese, and they informed me, yeah, you can stay there as long as you like. They said basically it's in winter time when it gets busy here in Portugal. So where I am and where I've been now for 2 nights completely on my own, normally there's 15 to 20 camper vans on there apparently during the winter, and the locals are so welcoming and friendly. What a lovely place to grow older, don't you think? That's one of the things I do love about these kind of countries. You just see the old boys all sat out together on a bench or something, watching the world go by, laughing together. Every single day they'll be sat there. Certainly looks more appealing to what I'm used to seeing in the UK. So I've noticed that everywhere I've been so far in mainland Europe, all the towns are 30 kilometres an hour or 20 mile an hour, which is, I do recall they did try to introduce that into Britain, and I think some places adopted it, kept it, but I think a lot of places they had such an uproar from the locals that they undid it. I'm more comfortable turning right for some reason. I just remembered something that I'd learned before watching videos and stuff and in my training, but to look where I'm going. I've been looking at the corner, which is probably where I've been getting my head messed up. It feels a lot better already looking where I'm going. There's obviously a good reason for it, huh? Yeah, that's a lot better. It's beautiful, it's Portugal. Look at that. Beautiful. So I'm hoping for a nice easy one today with no challenges, no drops, no vans. Right, so we're not allowed to go that way basically. So here I am again, strike number 1. I was following a trail that someone's put on the Tinterclacker, and after 2 minutes I get to a locked gate. Well, it's all part of the fun, I guess. Okay, we're off to a start. Alright, enjoying that, and then I've arrived at this. No entry signs up everywhere. West to 3. Third time's the charm. Well, I wanted easy, so all good practice. I've just realised I'm close to a place called Monchique. Now, I went to Monchique many years ago, 30, but more than 30 years ago, when basically it was just a little cluster of houses, and one of the best places to go for chicken piri piri to one of the possibly 2 restaurants. Came back and visited about 5 years ago, and there's like a Lidl or an Aldi there now, big supermarket, it's massive, bus station, it's just lost all that old charm. That's what happens at night, because of folk like me coming in, they want to cater for us. Anyway, let's go and have a look. It's easier to go on the bike than it is in the van, obviously. Certainly as it was before with the tiny little roads. But we'll go see what that looks like now. I think there's 2 Monchiques. Because this ain't Monchique. That's how I know it. What a day. I've got a dog. So that's the other Monchique. It's beautiful though, huh? It's nice. I'm glad I went there. Dear. How do I do it? How do I do it? So I've given up trying to follow trails, which I might end up regretting, and instead picked something on Google Maps that looked like it might have a nice view of a lake. Nice trail. Wow, can you see that? See now, you can walk here, of course, but where would I park my van? And it's, I mean, I like walking, as you know, but I wouldn't have seen anything else today. Right, that's me. Right, it's time to head on home, I think. So, one thing's for sure, I need lessons. I need to get beyond that. Several times my front wheel, that's what's happened every time I've come off the bike. It's been the front wheel that's seems to have slid away from underneath me. So I'm hoping I can find somebody who can give me some one-on-one training and get me past that, because it's a problem. I'm my own worst enemy right now, because I'm probably giving myself less grip, if you like. I don't know, I'm doing a lot more wrong than I probably would have been doing otherwise, because of fear. So if you know anybody
who can give me some one-to-one, please reach out and let me know. Look at this. Here I am in Portugal. Fernandinhas. Now, one of the things I find difficult to speak Portuguese for is they don't pronounce things as we spell it, therefore we pronounce it. So that might be called Fernandinhas. Fernandinha. Yeah. Oh, this little place is called Casanova. Monchique, my ass. Well, that was fantastic, fantastic. So I've got changed now. I'm back at the van. The bike's away. Just got a couple of bits more to put away. Can you hear all the noise outside? That's Portuguese. That's such noisy people. I mean, they really are noisy people. It'll be like this until 11:30 tonight, and they're quite a way off as well. Anyway, you know what they say, if you can't beat them.